Okay, here we are. We're back. And I can see live chat. I don't know why I couldn't see live chat last time. I do not have CenturyLink, Nick. I do not have CenturyLink, but I did get my haunted paintings up. How does that look? You got to have the copy of Hudson Hawk, obviously. That's a mainstay of all paranormals. You didn't know that? You didn't know it? Started with Alex Bell. It started with Art Bell himself. He had a copy of Hudson Hawk on VHS. I am carrying on that tradition. I think there's pretty good placement for those. It's a little cluttered, but I figure we'll cycle through. The pig may move, although I like that little pig person. Hey, Amalia. Dimitrij. I grew up in Serbia, Dimitrij. Very familiar with that name. Best friends was also that. Babushka Hillary. That is Babushka Hillary. I can now see you guys. Were you able to? I don't know if it was I don't know why I couldn't see you guys last time. Hey, Dream. How's it going? I don't know why I couldn't see you guys. Hey, Rigtio and Burrito. That's delicious. This painting, this one's just creepy. This one's just creepy looking. This one supposedly was bought and sold at a It's like I bought it at a used bookstore and they sell bad art. And this picture, every time they sell it, somebody drops it off. Somebody resells it. Like somebody buys it and then a couple months later it ends up at a Goodwill. And then they get it. And then a couple months later, after that, they sell it again. Someone else buys it, ends back. So nobody keeps it for that long. But yeah, maybe Demetrius, maybe. No, I think I always do my live streams around 5, and that's just peak internet time. I got to figure that out. Hey, Ira, how you doing? Yeah, well, no, so this one was just gross. This one's just creepy. And my buddy gave this to me. He didn't actually even charge that to me. He said that because I asked him about it, and he was like, yeah, we think we have a haunted painting. Every time we sell it, it ends back up at a thrift store a couple months later at the Warren. And so, yeah, I said, yeah, I'll take it. It's pretty cool. And then we got my Bigfoot painting. I wanted to do something different. A lot of times, I know it's not really the paranormal people, but a lot of times, I'm not really a YouTuber, but I'll be doing more YouTube. They have the toys, and I'm not knocking that. I just wanted to do something different. So, cursed paintings instead of just toys. This owl one I bought at the same store I got these other two. This one was given to me by Sabine, actually. She had some strings. So this is actually a pretty expensive piece. But I got it for free because I'm super lucky and I have awesome friends. Hey, Burnt Toast Ghost, how you doing, man? So yeah, that is the spookiness. We got all this stuff. So, when we talk about cursed paintings, when we talk about stuff like that, a lot of it, I think, is in your head. I think they're really cool, too. I think they're really, really cool, too. That'd be cool, streaming from a private museum, Ira. I did have nightmares last night. So I just got this one a couple of hours ago. I got this one last night. Not Hudson Hawk. Not Hudson Hawk. That gives you nightmares for different reasons. Thanks, Rob. I'm glad you really enjoy that. I had nightmares last night, but I think part of the reasons why I had nightmares was I started researching this story. There's a cursed film. There's a curse. You bandy around the term cursed film a lot. There's a cursed film called End of the Wicked. End of the Wicked. It's a Nigerian film. It's a fictional film. It's the story of a husband who is beset upon by demons late at night. So every time he goes to sleep, a coven of demons get together and torment him. And sometimes they take the shape of children. Sometimes they take the shape of his mother. And it's pretty gruesome. It was made back in 1999. It's gruesome by Nigerian standards. It's like a Bible movie. It's called God. The term that is bandied around in the West is Godsploitation. They're really, really grimy films, but the message is supposed to be, turn to God. This movie, some say, has resulted in the deaths of thousands of children. So Abdullah, longtime listener of the show, he's the guy who recommended the Anthill Kid story to me, which was a horrible story. He sent me over End of the Wicked. He goes, you talk a lot about cursed films. I saw it as a kid. It totally terrified me. It's available on YouTube. I watched it last night. And then I watched a... so I'm talking about, oh, it's a cursed film. You watch on YouTube. Okay, well, there's also a documentary that goes along with it. And it was a British documentary. And it was about the after effects of End of the Wicked. And all the children who have been tortured and executed and all that stuff. I know. And I'll fix it in a say, oh, dude, it was scary for me too. And it took me a second. So here's the thing. Before we panic, hey, Weiselhorn, before we panic, you guys, if you saw the previous live stream, you guys saw how unhandy I am, right? Yes, exactly. Exactly, Nick. I use hammers to smash open stuff, not to put nails in. So this does not mean it's cursed. This does not mean that it's cursed. Now I'm going to tell you, if it does that at 3 a.m, I'm gonna pee my pants, right? If I'm sleeping in my bedroom. But this is the nails' fault, we'll say right now. I can't get a good... But again, you're not supposed to swing hammers like this, right? You're supposed to do this. I'm used to this. For those of you who haven't seen it close up, this is what we're putting up, because I know some of you have joined late. You guys are like, I don't want to see that. Get it away. Get it away. This is what Dimitri called a Bambushka Hillary, because it kind of looks like Hillary Clinton. I think I know what caused it. That little hook, I think, moved. Apparently. See, what I don't understand, if I was a haunted painting, I'd want to hang up in front of like a live stream thing. Right? Wouldn't you? If you were a haunted painting, wouldn't you want to... I guess this is what happens when you take too much adrenochrome. You have baby goats in you. I'm actually surprised we don't see more adrenochrome in pop culture, like action movies where they reference it. I think it'll happen. I think it'll happen. Thank you, HM. I could try the windowsill, but the back is broken. So like I could just get another case for it, but it's creepy because it looks like she's just looking over my shoulder. I wanted to have some other stuff, but no, I think this looks good. I might put some more shelving here. I did, Corey, with the black eye. The thing that doesn't make sense to me with that, so I have a couple questions about her black eye. It will. Pokemon go to the polls. There's a couple things I have about that black eye. One, we don't know how she got it. And of course they've tied it into the Black Eye Club, but what doesn't... You figure she would have already been in that, right? If the Black Eye Club existed, someone who was peddling children to high-level people, like I've never dismissed that at all. Like what they were up to, it was powerful people on all sides, all political, religious leaders and stuff like that. People we don't even recognize the names, and some names that we do. So you think she already would have been in the Black Eye Club. But the official excuse was too much light, like the light hurt. No joke. That was the excuse that I saw. I didn't read the article, to be fair, but I was looking at the headline and they said they blamed it because her lights are on all the time. And I'm thinking, you don't get, otherwise everyone would have black eyes all the time from the sun. So I don't know. She's in isolated custody, and you think if a guard had punched her, she would have said it. She might have done it herself. But I know the conspiracy is that she's now a member of the Black Eye Club, but you think she would have been a member of that years ago. And there would have been some old photo from like 1986, her with the black eye. Also, don't know how old she is. Just wait until I end up getting a black eye, and then I do a live stream. And people are like, "Oh no, I've gotten black eyes before." It's obviously been a while since I've gotten a black eye. Not the Black Guy Club, the Black Eye Club, Dimitri. That's something totally different. The Black Eye Club. Hey, nobody. Hey, how did your court date go? You can, if you feel comfortable, you can fill it in here. I'm assuming well, since you said your court date was on Monday. But yeah, I did see that Ghislaine Maxwell, and that whole thing is just so weird. You want her to come out and just start dropping names. And exposing people because you don't want these people running around. You don't want to, and they've been running around for a long time. I think as funny as you can get with this whole topic is, did you hear about Matt Groening was on the Lolita Express? Matt Groening was one of the names. Yeah, no problem. Nobody. I actually remember a lot of you guys, a lot of you dudes. I'll remember your names. I interact with you a lot on YouTube, and I appreciate the positivity. I love the positivity. You guys are awesome. I don't even like saying my fans. I say it's my listeners. I figure we listen to each other. Yeah, no, I really like you guys. I really nice, dude. Yeah, just an update. I did a live stream a while back. He said he was possibly facing 5 years. So awesome. Yeah, now he got dropped a misdemeanor. It's like breaking into a house or something like that. So, Matt Groening was on the Lolita Express. Matt Groening apparently was on Lolita Express, and one of the people who was testifying against, or was planning on testifying against, what was the guy's name? I can't remember it now. He's only the most prolific sex trafficker in human history. Yeah, breaking windows at his own house. Yeah, it was something that seemed to be pretty minor. I did a couple episodes on him. He was in the AI. Jeffrey Epstein, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Corey Dennis. When she was going to testify against Jeffrey Epstein, she said this 16-year-old girl says that she was on Lolita Express, and she was 16. Matt Groening, creator of The Simpsons, was on there. And I don't know, Borkoff. I don't know, dude. It's the paintings. Everything gets blamed on the paintings. I totally forgot his name. I blanked on it. Maybe because I'm thinking about this story. So Jeffrey Epstein, Matt Groening, and a 16-year-old girl are on a flight. And Jeffrey Epstein basically says, hey, do whatever Matt Groening wants you to do. So Matt Groening took his shoes off and wanted a foot rub. That's all he wanted. It's kind of gross. He's kind of gross that this girl gave him a foot massage, but you also got to say that's cool because in the company, not everyone, I've said this before on the show, not everyone knew the extent of what Jeffrey Epstein was up to. He was just a rich dude, and Matt Groening was a rich dude, and they were hanging out together. I don't think Matt Groening was or is or ever involved in anything like that. But she said his feet were disgusting. But that is that's one. We learn his feet are disgusting. We learn Matt Groening's a stand-up guy. When somebody ever says you can do whatever you want, he doesn't go super gross. He's just